What's going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to do a quick video with a reaction to the game that finished this evening. What a surprise. Celtic winning in Rotterdam against Feyenoord by 3-1. Martin O'Neill finally getting the win on the road as a Celtic manager. You know, and his final swan song as a Celtic manager in an interim basis second time round. Excellent for Martin from the highlights that I've seen. Celtic played really well. Celtic does best performance of the season. So many players did themselves proud. You know, Liam Scales was excellent at the back. Apart from the goals, he kept Feyenoord out, defended superbly. Austin Trusty is a man reborn since he come back into the team. You know, he is proving to Brendan Rodgers that he should have started that game against Hearts, which cost Brendan his job, basically. You know, Celtic were excellent. Feyenoord were very poor. I thought Feyenoord were very poor, and Robin van Persie's under huge pressure. We done superbly well to respond after going 1-0 down. We started the game really well as well from the highlights that I've seen. We didn't deserve to be 1-0 down. Kobe Donovan came in. Fantastic performance by Kobe Donovan. Young player. Still, yeah, he makes a few mistakes still because he is still young. You know, he had that poor performance against Hearts, but everyone was poor that day in the league a few weeks ago. Yeah, he was excellent. Midfield was excellent. Engels, again, in Europe, Engels does it. I want to see it more often in the league and stuff, but Engels was fantastic. You know, midfield, completely controlled it in the midfield. I thought that McGregor was excellent. Hatate was back to his best. Where has that been from Rio over the last 18 months? That was outstanding from Rio Hatate. He got the second goal. He thought he was excellent. Maida for the first goal. For that goal that Hatate scored was excellent. You know, Maida played through the middle. He didn't score, but he was involved in 2 goals. He was fantastic as well. But yeah, the game started. Feyenoord, obviously, Celtic started better, I think. Feyenoord, though, got the goal that was against the run of play. You know, Celtic hit the bar early on. McCowan as well. McCowan didn't do himself any harm. Thought he was really good. Played on the right-hand side. You know, Tanecki dropped out. McCowan came in. Yang came in as well, who I'm not a fan of, but he did come into the team. But yeah, Celtic should have scored, you know, but it was offside. But McCowan should have been doing better. He's 2 yards out. He put it onto the bar. I have no idea what Feyenoord were doing defensively. But yeah, it was disappointing for Luke McCowan. Celtic then conceded. It was against the run of play. It was Kieran Tierney's fault, I think. You know, the goal that Feyenoord scored. You know, Kieran Tierney lets his man go in behind him too easily. Simple ball across the box. And there's the striker in the middle to tap it in. Really disappointing because I think Celtic started the game better from the highlights. Celtic, though, responded excellently. They got the goal. Equalised they deserved. It was Yang, really good play. You know, Hatate gets into the box, lifts it to the back post, and there's Yang, really good finish, smashing it past the goalkeeper into the net. 1-1. Celtic deserved it as well. They were a better team and they deserved to be level. They nearly conceded straight away, though, from kick-off. Very disappointing defending, but, you know, Celtic got away with it. Schmeichel made a good save, and then we cleared it away. Celtic then went in front. You know, fully deserved. You know, Maida, great pressure on the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper had no idea what he was doing. You know, Feyenoord made a lot of mistakes at the back and Celtic capitalised. But yeah, Maida closed the goalkeeper down, comes out to Rio. Rio then puts into the back of the net, 2-1. Celtic went in at half-time 2-1 up, and they deserved it as well. Second half, Feyenoord had a lot of pressure. You know, Celtic, though, stood firm. You know, Schmeichel made a good save from a cutback. You know, they got in behind, but Schmeichel made a really good save. They had a shot cleared off the line by McGregor from a header. They had another chance, but it came off the crossbar. Headed it onto the bar, but Celtic managed to get it away. Celtic then got the third and decisive goal, though, on the break. You know, Feyenoord tried everything to get back into the game, but it never happened. Celtic rode it out and weathered the Feyenoord storm from great defending, goalkeeping and the woodwork. But yeah, Celtic got the goal that they deserved to win the game. Benjamin Nygren came on and he scored the goal. It was Dyson Maida. It was and Kobe Donovan down that side. Maida rolls it back. What a finish from Nygren into the net. 3-1. Historical win for Celtic in Holland. I think the last time we won in Holland was under Martin O'Neill, funny enough, in the Allianz, in the Amsterdam Arena against Ajax. So for him to win that game on his final European appearance as the Celtic manager in his second term is outstanding. We got to thank Mark. We need to keep Martin around. Or we get rid of fucking Peter Lawwell and replace him with Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill needs to stay in some capacity at the club because he's brought so much harmony since coming back. You know, I don't want him to go. I want him to stay in some capacity. I don't think that will happen, but I think he should. I think Lawwell should fucking go, or Nicholson, or Mackay. One of them needs to fuck off and never come. The whole board needs to go, as we've already mentioned. You know, but if we could get rid of one of them and replace him with Martin, that's a start. Wilfred Nancy is going to be the next manager. He's going to be in the stand on Sunday at Easter Road. So hopefully we can get Martin one more victory in the league before he goes. You know, we've got to thank him. You know, he owes us nothing. You know, he's given us 2 spells. And, you know, he's brought some joy back to Celtic since stepping into this shit show that we've had this year with the club and everything. You know, the boards still need to get it in the neck. No, they did tonight. You know, posters and stuff with people's names on and their faces on. That needs to continue long term. But yeah, Hibs on Sunday will be a tough match. You know, Hibs are a good side. They need to recover after losing to Motherwell a few days ago. David Gray's done a good job there. But yeah, it'll be a tough game to win against Hibs, Easter Road. But hopefully we can do it and give Martin a farewell with victory and give Wilfred some positivity going into his first game against Dundee on Wednesday night. But yeah, well done to Celtic tonight. Man of the match was Liam Scales. For me, outstanding. But yeah, we've given ourselves a great chance to progress in the Europa League and get into the playoff at least. Who would have thought that after the disgraceful season we've had so far? But we'll see what happens in the remaining Europa League games. But thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys with a reaction to the Hibs game at the weekend. Peace.